Had a pretty big opening weekend thanks to Fast 9, which I gotta admit, I really don't have any interest in watching this. I haven't watched a Fast and the Furious movie in a long time. I don't know how they got to 9. In fact, wouldn't it technically be 10 because they did that spinoff? So there's been 10 movies based on this franchise, which is kind of impressive. I just don't have any interest in this series anymore. Now, I do understand that some people do like it, and that's fine. I'm not knocking it too hard. I just don't care. But I am happy to see that with all the restrictions, the movie is still doing pretty good. So we have an international box office take of $162 million. I think that's pretty good. Have some other movies here too. Spiral is doing okay. They say, considering everything going on and that it's a horror movie, it's pulling in pretty decent numbers. And Demon Slayer doing pretty good as well. Now the #1 domestic anime movie. I think it overtook Pokemon, which is pretty impressive considering, once again, the restrictions in place. I hope that this leads to more studios letting anime come over here into theater releases. That would be nice. I'd really like that. But now we're going to talk about a movie that's probably not going to do so well. In fact, I would almost guarantee you this movie is going to be a spectacular failure. So I actually reported on this like 3 months ago. There was a scoop that this movie was going to be trash. And it turns out I was right. So if you don't know, what the scoop was, basically reminded me a lot of Terminator Dark Fate. So here's the synopsis from Midthunder's character is described by the entertainment news source as a Comanche woman who goes against the gender norms and traditions of her tribe to become a warrior. And here's a more detailed one. Many years ago, in a time before any Europeans had ever encroached on their lands, the Comanche people had a well-defined society and gender norms. The new Predator film is the story of what happens when a young woman challenges the status quo to become a warrior. This is going to be a disaster. So this is the woman that's been casted as the lead for the film. Totally believes she could take down a gigantic predator that gave Arnold Schwarzenegger a hard time in the original one. She's like, 125 pounds? I'm sure she could take out the greatest hunting creature in the universe that hunts humans and has like skulls all around his body as trophies. I'm sure she'll be the one that does it, though. Well, she is going to be the one to do it. She's going to beat him. But what really blows me away with this film is the fact that they're putting the identity politics not like front and center. And I'm not talking about her background. I'm talking about fighting against the gender norms. Who the hell thought that this was a good idea? For real. Who greenlit this? Right? Like, #1, why do they keep making Predator movies? They've never had a successful one since the first one. I think the second one did okay. It's a true testament to the first Predator and how great that movie is and the design of this character that have kept him coming back for failed movie after failed movie. Not one movie that this thing has been in since the first one. Second one was okay. It's all right, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one. I'm sorry. The first one is a true action movie classic. It is probably one of the best action movies, I think, of all time. I would definitely put it in the top 20. It's a fantastic movie. But it's a true testament that they keep trying to make this happen, and they've never managed to make a sequel worthy of standing up with that movie. They've tried with that Predators movie. That movie was the one where they took the humans to another world. You know what I'm talking about. And I think they did another one recently where the Predator was hunting like an autistic kid or something. I didn't watch that one. I heard it was terrible, so I didn't watch it. And then, of course, the Alien versus Predator movies. I guess the second one was okay. I hated the first one. I thought the first one was terrible. But still, those movies weren't that great. So it's just funny they keep doing it. And now it's like, well, we failed so many times. Why don't we just try to do a woke one? And this is woke. I'm sorry. Fighting against the gender norms and traditions of her tribe. Nobody wants to watch it. And I find it funny that they picked a CW actress. Step aside, Batwoman. Step aside, Batwoman. So what a terrible idea. This is going to be a spectacular failure. A failure of new proportions that people have never seen before. Because when I go see a Predator movie, I want to see nonstop action. I want to see the Predator doing cool stuff. And I'd really like to see him go up against like a brute of a person to fight. But they're not doing that. Instead, we're going to get a movie that fights gender norms. I'm sure that this is going to be a spectacular failure. And I'm looking forward to laughing at it. I'd honestly rather have a good Predator movie, but that's too much to ask for in today's day and age. Too much to ask for. So congratulations, Disney. You got those Fox IP and you're already running them into the ground left and right. You think you would have watched the signs that you saw with Terminator Dark Fate, but you decided, hey, you know, maybe we'll be the ones to finally crack that get woke, get rich formula they're sitting on. Somehow I doubt it, though. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.